Hello, everyone. This is Rhonda from Gaza. Finally, live. Give you some time so more people will join, and then we'll start chatting. Hello, alaikum salam. Welcome, everyone. By the way, tell me what time it is in your country and where from are you watching. مرحبا, مرحبا, everyone. أهلا وسهلا. I'm alive, Noor. How about you? Welcome, Munib from Pakistan. Welcome from California. 3 3 a.m. Where are you from? So good to see you too. Joe here. So nice to see you too. Is 1 a.m. in India. Oh my gosh. 4 p.m. Oh, okay. Northeast America. So 4 p.m. Like it's still like morning. You know what I mean? 22 in Poland. So that means 10 a.m. I don't want to feel dumb. Huh? But no, 10 p.m. Okay, for you. 10 p.m. in Poland, 10 p.m. Italy. Okay, 17. Guys, why are you writing numbers like plus 12? Like it's easy. 12 p.m. and then 1 a.m. Why 13, 17? So I guess it's 5 in Brazil. Okay, 11 so far. Turkey, Wales, America's 10 hours behind Gaza. Yes, I've I've came into realization on Sunday. Well, my dad actually told me, um, like our timeline in Gaza. When you go, like, imagining this is the planet. Here's the timeline in Gaza. The countries before Gaza, India, Russia, like in Asia, they would be later, late than us. You know what I mean? Like if it's 10 here, it's gonna be 12 there, right? So right now, for example, it is 11. So in India now it's 1:30. So yes, I was saying right. Now the countries after Gaza, Europe, America, would be earlier. So if it's 10 here, for example, it could be 8, 6, etc. Welcome from France, Vietnam, Pakistan, Qatar. Great. Origin. Origin? Is it Origin or Oregon in USA? Welcome. South Africa. Hello, everyone. Ciao. Love from an Italian in London. Welcome, Giada. Nice to meet you here. Okay. Now in Gaza it is 11 p.m. actually. Want me to tell you something shocking? Like, not really pleasant to me. The weather actually here in Gaza, it's obviously summer, but it is so hot and so bad because like Gaza, of course, is next to the Mediterranean Sea. So cities near the sea or the ocean in the summer, it would be so bad. Can you understand what I'm saying? So if I'm sweating, for example, we've bought this that looks like paper tissues, let's say. But what actually is surprising that it doesn't have the texture of a tissue. Like hear the sound, for example. Can you hear the sound? It looks like nylon. Could you understand what I'm talking about? This is being sold to us as paper tissues. And it's actually, yes, it is nylon and plastic. Listen, I'm like, God, what do we like? I have no option. Okay, I'm doing that. Palestine has no mountains in the north, of course. Yes, I know that. And since really young ages, we've been studying our country's geography, and I wish, not wish, I hope that one day I'll be able to visit my country and actually see the informations that I've been studying. You know what I mean? Like actually live in the science. Welcome from Australia. Yeah, inshallah. Inshallah, one day we'll all see Palestine. Double I would love to see a beautiful picture painted. You know what? These days I've been really, like, okay, this is something I do very often. I'd be really delusional because, you know, when you're in such a present where you're like stuck. You know what I mean? There's no way out, and there's no way into ending such a catastrophe and a suffering you're in. So I, in those times, like I dive into my imagination, or as the Western media call it, manifestation. So I really often like imagine myself in a safe place, in a warm and pleasant bedroom that is wide and has a lot of space because like as someone who lost home and been evacuating many times to a lot of refuge camps in tents into small squares, and sometimes I barely find a place to sleep, and the tent wouldn't be like having a place for me to sleep, so I would sleep on the table. I kid you not. You'll see that in my documentary. Like, I don't know how many years later, but this seems interesting, right? See how I'm delusional? I'm manifesting. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the point. So, um, Diana's big hugs. My family and I pray every day for you and everyone in Gaza. You are such a light, teaching me and children so much. Love you, girly. Thank you, Diana, for your warm message, and I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Uh, Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Shaggy. I wish I could help you more. You're actually doing much by attending my live, supporting the content, enjoying, and contributing. You're doing much. Thank you so much. Lizzie, how were you able to learn English? Your pronunciation is so good. Thank you. But I've actually talked about that in details, step by step, in my fourth live. If you went to the live sections in my channel, you would find it below the life that I've talked about, Maslow's law. Once you enter that, you would see my tips that I gave my audience about how I learn languages, how I try to mimic the accent and learn it um, by time and exercising. And I hope you get really the information you need. Joby, how's your little brother? I love seeing him skating a couple weeks back. Yeah, he's doing great, but it's too late here, so they're all sleeping. Okay, Khadija, you sound very soothing and calming. You should do podcasts. I'd love to hear them. Well, I'd love to have a podcast too. You know, I don't really remember when it was the time, like in 20 something. Remind me in the chat where podcasts went really viral and everyone who would have in such a mic in front of him sounds like a clever one that has a lot of experience and you'll be listening like pricelessly and you know what I mean? So I've went into that era and actually I've been so driven by the idea. And since I was a little kid, as I told you, like I was really interested in creating content. Thank you, John. I appreciate your support. So I started actually a podcast, but um, it was like just my voice, you know. And I made an account on, I don't remember the apps, but there were like the app podcasts or another app for Google for podcasts, Spotify, something like that. And I was like uploading to every platform, but skipped it because it was actually I was little and it wasn't really planned well, so I skipped the idea. Okay, I was talking about the manifesting that I'm doing or something I'm imagining. So I was talking about my calm room. Hobart. I'm unemployed, so I can't help much, but I hope it helps. It's India's Independence Day. Praying for a free Palestine. Thank you, Hubert, for your support. You actually don't have to. Attending my life, supporting you with a message or a comment is really appreciated. And it's great that it is your country's Independence Day. I hope it was a great day for you all. And inshallah, free Palestine is coming. Thinking of you from Mexico. Welcome from Canada. Welcome everyone. Missouri, USA. I've seen a lot of people here from the US. Welcome. Okay, so I keep jumping. Let me get my idea straight. So I like imagine I would be in a safe place having a calm room. Diana's views. You are an inspiration for myself and daughters. Lightning and peace into you always. Please write a lot. Thank you, Diana, for your support. I appreciate it, and I'm glad that you're really benefiting from my content. It's really warming my heart. Thank you. So, my point is, I am so excited and so passionate into getting back into art. I'm planning, like in the future, when I'm in a safe place, I would be having like a huge canvas, like not really huge, but maybe this long, maybe a little longer. And I'd like to do some freestyling, just getting the paint with the brush and then scrubbing that canvas. Because I feel going unplanned for a painting or a project gives you much space to discuss your thoughts in freedom. You know what I mean? So this this scene really comes into my mind every single day. You know, like if you're so, for example, addicted to something, like addicted to scrolling or something, and you know when you're just sitting and you don't have your phone suddenly. It's out of charge or there's no internet. Oh my god, what a mess. And so you would be constantly imagining yourself having your photos or like doom scrolling, or and then you would come up with ideas. Your brain would deceive you into, oh, when I have the phone, I would do such and such and such. These are productive things that I really need to do once I get the phone. You know what I mean? And when you get the phone, you do nothing, go into the bed, scrolling. So, is this a way that our minds manipulates us into believing that we are really having good intentions for usage, whether it's with our phone or laptop, whatever it is. So when we get back to it, we won't feel that bad that we've been always wasting our time in doing such a bad habit. Is it? Hobart, you make an interesting point. Yes, I think so. Anton, hello again, welcome. Lilas, Adik, what does that mean, Lilas? I'm Arab, but I do not understand. Lose suspect. Wallahi, that's facts. Your brain can trick you. Yes, I know it can trick me. Oh, this is my field. If you're gonna talk about mind tricking, it's my section, dear. I've been doing this for so long, and every time, kid you not, it works perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Layla, you are beautiful and so full of light. I feel God's presence through you. I admire how grounded and calm you are, regardless of the circumstances. Shukran for teaching us without even trying. I'm glad, Layla, that my content inspires you and affects you in a positive way. Thank you for your message. But I don't really understand what does I feel God's presence through you mean. You know what I mean? If you could explain it, it'd be amazing. Bree, in low on money, I'm low in money right now, but we'll give more inshallah. We should stay safe for Palestine. First of all, thank you for your support and your will to support, and just the process of you thinking that you want to support. All of these are much appreciated. You don't have to give so much, you don't have to give in the first place. Attending here, commenting, and sharing my content is more than enough. Thank you. Lilas Izayek from Egypt sister. Yes, I now understood you. Everyone, how about I answer you in Arabic? But I'm afraid that if I answered you, no one would understand. Okay. If when anyone asks me, how are you? My always answer, it will stay until I survive. It's gonna be alive. Am I happy? No, I'm not happy. Am I excited for something? Mm-mm. I'm grateful. Yes, but I don't want it to be like seeming like a toxic positivity. You know what I mean? So lovely. Hi, just joined. What are we talking about? We haven't started yet. We're just chatting with your messages. Okay, so today, um, I've actually prepared some really interesting topic to talk about. A lot of you have been asking me about my studyings, how My boss is going, especially that I've said it's gonna be on August, and we're almost mid-August, so when are the exams gonna take place? So now, let me tell you, Abdul Hussein, welcome to Amplify Gaza People's Story. Thank you for your membership, joining my channel's community, and I'm glad that you're enjoying my content. Welcome from Ireland, Randy. We have similar names, but I'm assuming you are EMEA, Randy, right? Okay, so a rule I've been using, as I've said, because I had only 1 month of studying and I have a lot of materials, a lot of like lessons to catch up with. So my go-to, like my emergency, was the rule of 2080. The 2080 rule. Have you ever heard about it? Tell me, have you ever heard about the 2080 rule? Soup, Soupington. Thank you for your support. What? Interesting name. Okay, nope, nope. Pareto. Is it a word in English or in Spanish? What does that mean? No, nope. Okay. May Allah bless you and your family. What does that mean? We are all doing everything we can to help all Palestinian people. Thank you for your drive and will to help the Palestinian and support the Palestinian cause. Oh, the 2080 Barreto. Now I understood. Yeah, it's not specifically a studying method, it is actually a method that you can implement in all aspects in your life. I feel like I'm making like a documentary, like how you. My name is Cecilia. I made it when I was a child. Okay, no problem. Shoaib, salam alaikum and welcome. I think it means put in 20% effort to achieve 80% target. Maybe. That's some of the ideas. Okay, how about starting now? So, the 2080 rules actually tells you that the in most cases 80% of the results comes from 20% of the effort, just as our friend has talked about. You spend. But how is that even logical? Well, I have some real life examples for you to actually prove the theory or the rule. For example, in uh, the in Apple, the Apple company, uh, the most amount of income that comes or revenue comes from, what was that? Let me remember. Mosquito. It just gone. 80% of the revenue over the income comes from actually uh, selling iPhones for for people that repeat buying iPhones. So repeat iPhone buyers. This, yes, uh-huh. Guys, you should shout out to my father. he's the greatest man I've ever known. He comes right in and give me gave me like, what is it? Refreshed my mind? Yes. Okay. Shout out to Papa. Yeah. Okay. So, he actually reminded me of a very important um, information, which is you could have 10, 10 tasks to do. Okay, 10 tasks. And those 10 tasks, there would be two tasks that are the most important and the most significant. Once you do it, you would feel that you've relieved 80% of the work. What does that mean? Let me give you an example. For example, if I have a to do list of 10 things to do, okay? Number one is to study a whole math unit. Number two, study a whole physics unit. So these are the biggest tasks. You know, I have to study full chapter in math and a full chapter in physics. Now, the other eight tasks are gonna be cleaning my room, um, make a skincare, film a video, upload a video, edit a video. What else? Cook a meal, do the laundry, and buy some wood, for example. So now, if I was like really not knowing what to do, I have a lot of tasks. I'm gonna see what are the most important and most significant tasks that in which I do, they would give me a feeling of achieving 80% of the most important effort that I should give. So, of course, once I finish the math and physics chapter, I would have done so much. Why? Because now all the tasks that I have would take me pretty much long time, such as the math or the physics chapter. You know what I mean? So I've done only 20% of my to-do list that brought me 80% of the profit. Is that understandable? Arash, Automation Lab, I wish you to be secure and safe, my sister. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. And I hope you're safe too. Welcome from Costa Rica. And if actually, there's a really interesting quote about it or a story about this. I've been always hearing this matter, which is if you have like 5 tasks a day, okay, and one of them is to eat the elephant or to eat the crocodile in the fridge. Oh, that was to eat the frog, whatever that was, you know, to eat the frog in the refrigerator. So you'd feel that you would be procrastinating eating the frog because you feel that it is not acceptable or it's not something, so it's gonna be consuming your energy the whole time, avoiding it. However, if you've done that task, the first thing you would be ending yourself from a lot of energy. So that task represents 20% of the tasks that you have. However, it would give you in return 80% of the results or of the efforts. You know what I mean? But that 20% consumes more energy, like If you study for 2 3 hours, my brain would be so drained. Maybe it's just me, I'm lazy. Well, I got you. That was my problem. Is that I would, okay, I have like a lesson to finish, but how would I study the lesson and then go into the exercise book, answer the questions, and then answer all of them right so I would be understanding the lesson? It is hard for me. Hey, Mary. Rhonda, I'm sending you so much love from me to you and your family. Everyone I know finds what is happening in Gaza to be so sad, and we are all with you. My sincerest wish is that the UK soon officially recognizes. I assume there is another message, but thank you so much for your support. And yes, I know it is so sad, but I mean, like, for me at least, I see that peace could find its way to us soon, hopefully. Sent 500 gift memberships. Thank you, but I can never read your name. It's in Russian. Could you help me? Okay. So, what I'm doing, I would, here's my steps on how I catched up on my lessons. It is so easy, yet so effective. I would go to the lesson, read the headlights, understand the key points, the most important points in that lesson. Now I cannot be done with the book only. I need to look for the exercises too. So I would go into the exercise books and go take only 20% of the questions. But they do not have to be in order, they have to be various. Like there would be a section for um, choose, like choose from questions, like a question with multiple answers. It's a choose question. Question that have a diagram and it has many sections. Another question that would be, for example, simple, like simple questions that needs actual steps to solve. You know what I mean? So these three types of questions has many sections. I would go and take. Hello, I'm back. I hope so. I've been talking, 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 and then I just discovered like, why no one is interacting? Is there something wrong? Then I discovered that the internet is not interneting. So, guys, welcome everyone. Yes, I'm back. Only legends who wait me coming back. So, from Cameroon, welcome. I think this is the first time for me to see someone from Cameroon. Manar Khan, I have subscribed. Welcome, girl. Thank you for subbing. I hope you are enjoying the content. Lovely. Do you have any tips to help someone concentrate on studying? I'm about to start college and I really need them. English is still my second language. So, do you mean by concentrate is being disciplined? Tell me. And yes, let's get back to the point. Do you really understood my explanation of the 20/80 rule? Because the internet was cut in the middle, I feel, so I didn't really hear any feedback. So if you can help me understand it would be great. welcome from France and welcome from Bangladesh. Eleanor Alone, rundown. I really admire your resilience. Thank you for your support, and I'm glad that I inspire you in any way, and glad that you're enjoying the content. I think the 80-20 rule is a good practice and people can modify it to their needs. Yes, they can modify it to their needs, but I actually didn't come into the real point of the results. Like, does this theory really and actually work? Let me tell you my experience. Now, I've tried it in every subject, but the most important, of course, in scientific field, the math. So, welcome, Amory, to Amplify as a Pupil Story, and thank you for membership. Glad you're enjoying the content. Um, yes, I was saying, what? Oh, yeah, the results in math. I've implemented it, and I've took an exam. So it was around 40 questions. At first, I had around 10, 10 questions that had like out, how I say it, that had ideas that I did not face while answering the exercises. You know what I mean? So now there's a problem. Like, okay, I've done 20%, but I'm supposed to get 80%. So I gave myself extra time to actually try think about these 10 questions. What could be the the thought or the idea in this question, the idea that is um, not clear, that you have to think about it in swirl way or something like that. So after giving myself some time, I did a really great job. Like, I've got 6 questions done correctly out of 10. Like, so that means I got 90%. I was supposed to get 80% because the rule 20/80. So I've done 20% of the exercises, took an exam. At the exam, I've got 90%. Oh, that is great. So it actually worked. But the 10 extra, the 10%, from where did it come? The extra 10% actually came from the way of thinking. Because when I'm actually exercising and doing the questions, I'm not only thinking about the question, but I'm also thinking about the way or the process of thinking that I would go through to answer this question and other similar questions. You know what I mean? So I could face another question that is not the same but has the same process or the way of thinking. You know what I mean? I hope that is clear. And also, I did not want this to be only about me. I want you also to have real life um, evidence of this rule. For example, if you don't know, Coca Cola, the company, owns more than 500 other companies, drink brands, other than 500. However, the majority of their sales can come from Coca Cola, Coca Cola Diet, Sprint, and Fanta. So 500 company, 500 drink brand, but the majority of sales comes from Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Sprint, and Fanta. So what does that tell you? That tells you it's real. Like 20% of the most significant service you have in the company could potentially get you 80% of the revenue. You know what I mean? And that's in case you're a business. In case you're a student, 20% of the most critical. Um, I'm back. Can you see me? Comment. Yes. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Oh my god. It's been a really long break. Someone just said, like, oh, you've been yapping for so long. Let's just give them a break. But really, like, what were you doing all this time? Like, how are you staying here? Aren't you bored? No? Like, the internet isn't internet again. No, it's not. It is not. I have to finish this very soon. If the internet was a, I don't want to say a man because I'm not punching a man, and I don't want to say a girl because I won't punch girls. Let's assume what it is something being punishable or kick in the face. Maya said we had a quiz. Okay, about what? Yes, if the internet was a punching bag. I just okay now. I need to get my message through. Very important. So, if you're someone really interested in content creation and you do support the Palestinian, want to support Palestinians in Gaza, I want you to listen closely because I have something really important I'd like to discuss with you. Are you ready for where is my tissue? I've lost it. Okay, so now um, I've been really putting really hard works into my vlogs on YouTube, especially the one that I talked about the water documentary. Also, the one that I put really high effort in it, which is around not the first vlog, but the first well-edited vlog where it was a civilian day in Gaza. You know what I mean? So that video got a really good amount of views, like I think over 60,000, and that is great because my message is getting through. However, YouTube restricted it because if you've seen the video, you'd see like I've been showing like videos of heavily damaged areas, a lot of rubbles, you know, and there was a sound of the ambulance. I mentioned a graphic story, so maybe those details aren't really YouTube friendly, you know. So unfortunately, it got restricted. But the problem is, okay, if it's restricted, then how you can help me with that? I'd really love if you would transfer that support into the water documentary vlog because it is going good, it's not restricted or something elevated. Thank you for your support. Great that you're enjoying the life. And it really has important information so I want to get through to the globe, you know. So sharing that video widely is gonna be great work. But also, um, here in Gaza with no electricity, no internet, and really lacking the basic needs, it puts so much of an effort on me to make the content. So, if there is anyone who is really into content creation and who would like to support me with this thing I'm gonna discuss, it's gonna be great. What is it? What is the thing that I'm talking about for this long? Well, so easy. If you'd like to support my content, for example, from Gaza, I'd recommend you to cut my clips, whether it's a live YouTube video, into short form content. Make sure it has a hook, a value, and then a CTA. Follow, share, whatever. You could upload it to your page and mention me on Instagram or on YouTube. So I would get to see your videos, your cuts, your reels, and if they're engaging enough and really well edited, I would post it on my page and mention you on that post as a kind of support. That way, you would help me spread my messages to the world, and also you would be helping the Palestinian cause and our cause here in Gaza to spread our messages, to spread our suffering, to let people more know about the situation here without being letting us here, people in Gaza, burning out and having a really bad time suffering of the content creation process because it does take a lot of time. So, what do you think? How about that? I feel for me like it would be so helpful. So, if you know anyone would be interested in this, tag him here or send this live to it. I hope that I would find my people and it would be great. A Mary, clip, share, mention on YouTube and IG. Waiting for you. I think that is a really a good idea. Yes, it is. Live, love, laugh. Oh, good quote. I'm so sorry, I gotta go. I love you so much. Take care and you're the best and more inspirational person ever. Welcome for being here and goodbye for now. No worries. Thank you for your support. Let me, can someone do it on behalf of me because I can't use Instagram? It is okay. You can clip the video and put it on YouTube and tag my channel. That would be helpful. Gaia, stay safe. Good night. Good night. Okay. So I feel now I've got my message through. I hope you enjoyed this live as I did. Oh, tell me, big love, praying, big hope from, I think this is Poland. Correct me if I'm wrong. I love you, my brother and my sister. Support Gaza, Palestine forever. We keep try everything for support Gaza, Palestine. Thank you for being here. Yes, I'm about to leave, Elizabeth, because I'll have to deal and parent this internet. And okay, it needs to be behaving well. I was about to go sleep now, but I wanted to stay here and keep supporting you with comments. Thank you. Okay, so I just to confirm, is it okay if you clip your videos, post it on your channel, and then tag you mean your YouTube channel? I want, yes, but not like a simple clip. I want it to be as a short form content for reels and shorts. I hope my words are understandable. Like, for example, the water documentary. I've been really, since 2 weeks, thinking of making a short about this whole documentary, like taking the people through the process. Like, for example, taking one of the questions in the hook, like the hook she says, how does how does water got turned from a human right into a luxury in Gaza? This is a great hook. Sarah Khan, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. And then I would take the person through the process. We had to sit for, so for example, in long lines, waited for hours, tried to play some uh, like rock paper scissors, but it was really so long. And finally, step by step, it's our turn. Now we have a major problem: is to get this out um, to the shelter we're at. And then clips of my brother is taking the water on the stairs. Oh, that is really great, for example. Finally, and then the clip of me giving the water for my brother. Take it. And then he drank it. So, you know what I mean? Um, but unfortunately, I'm not doing it because I always like think about it. Oh, it's gonna take me a lot of process to collect things and then voice over, and then it may work, it may not. This is a great major problem for content creation. Says that we want to do the video, but we also want it to be engaging. And if we really planned it much and thought about it much, we would lose interest and then would go into another loop of, oh, but I need to make content. Okay, and then plan a content. You know, this is a really bad loop that I need to be dealing with, but unfortunately, I have to survive. So I'm busy thinking about survival more than really focusing on the creation. You know what I mean? Touching as clever, your videos are educating people worldwide. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you. Also, I really like to check on the comments regularly. Okay, and um, believe me, as a Palestinian in Gaza, when I say this comment is spammed or this comment is from the colonization, I mean it because they will always write dumb comments. Anonymous, Anonymous, bless you, thank you for your videos and thank you for your support. You know, like for example, in the water documentary, I had this comment that made me really like, dude, you're really not interested in the topic. You know, he was saying, um, you said that a person should drink 50 liters of water per day, but that's wrong. A person should drink 3.5 liters a day, something like that. And I was like, how dumb is that? Like, how would I be saying a person should drink 50 liters of water a day? 50. And then thousands of people see the video and no one talks about it. But you little genius, like, dude, Emmy, thank you for your support. What I actually said was that a person should have 50 liters a day, but have could have two meanings. Could have could mean like drinking, or it could mean having for usage, and that's what I meant. Also, I made a hint that all my resources in that documentary and I'm really stressing, not stressing, I mean, careful about the resources because this is a topic that cannot be played with. It needs to have the verified information. And my source that I'm really confident with, the international UN organizations, Honor One, UNCHF, you know what I mean? All the resources are in the description, but these commenters they do not like put the effort to check the resources or even search about it themselves. So I really instantly know that they are paid or like trafficked. You know what I mean? Randa, I have an idea. Can you film a proper documentary of how your day is like from the moment you wake up to when you go to sleep? Film every detail, every part of it. It will spread awareness. Most important and like critical step of creating content here is that I film all my videos on my phone, and okay, it is like 128 gigabytes, but it's limited. You know what I mean? And the problem is I have um, like clips and photos and videos for 2 full years for genocide. You know what I mean? And I don't want to delete them because they are me. They are my suffering. They are my evidence. You know what I mean? So they are my story. So this source of problem is the what is the word? I forgot it. I mean مساحة, which means the space. Yes, the space on my phone is restricting me to. Which Yusuf is brilliant. Yes, yes. I actually follow him. He does great content. No surface, I mean the space on the phone for the videos, photos, you know what I mean? No, I cannot buy storage. It's Xiaomi. Does Xiaomi sell storage? I don't think so. It has storage. That's it. Thank you. Okay. So, uh, be careful about this. The most important is your safety. Does that mean referring to the colonizers' comments? Is that what you mean? Thank you so much for your support. Welcome from England. Oh, but you have filmed parts of your daily routines already. Yes, I did. Okay, so you want the documentary for my day, eating, working, just basic survival. It's just like the first one. The first well-edited vlog was a day in my life. So yeah, if that what you mean, I will try the coming days. But I would also uh, collect like previously filmed videos. You know what I mean? Together. So that would be good. Any fresh good vitamin? No. You mean food supplements? Is that what you mean? Daz, thank you for your support. How do you get access to Wi Fi? I've actually shared this on the vlog that I was a day in my life as a civilian in Gaza, which is I actually bought internet cards to access internet on the device. Lucy, so good to see you and hear from you, Randa. Thank you for your videos and live streams. They are incredibly important to share, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the content. Welcome. Okay, I think it's been a really good time here. Thank you, Des, again for your support. I appreciate it. James, would you ever do an interview with Hazanabi? Is this an influencer channel or a person? I don't think I understand. I know. Hey Mary, sending you so much love, and I hope you get a new SD card so you can store more videos. I actually was looking for that. I went one day to look for an SD card, but there was only an SD for 16 megabyte, and for my usage, it is no, it actually was 8, and for my usage, it is very little, very little. Um, I'm thinking about transferring from the phone into the laptop, but I also, this is the part is, um, I'd like to keep some of the videos on the phone, so when I would be making short content for them, I would be putting like B rolls or shots from my studio. I wouldn't have to plug the phone into that again and take the videos back. You know what I mean? Yeah, I need a terabyte. Yes. Hasanabi is a very popular influencer in the Americas. The occupation is an important matter for him. hmm I think I should look up for him. I mean, like, know about him more. Maybe you should ask, you can ask someone outside of Gaza to download your videos. The problem isn't with uploading, it's with the process of creation. Shan, your English is so good. Thank you so much. You can actually get all my secrets, my tips on learning languages by watching my fourth live on the channel. You would find it on the live section, and it'd be my pleasure if you'd really got benefited from that. Winter, may Allah protect you and all our beloved cousins. Thank you for your support and for your warm message. I'd suggest looking into digital cloud services for photos and videos so you can access them from any device. Yes, it is a great idea, but I use like Google Cloud, but it's really so limited. You know what I mean? Like it gives you a small amount of storage, something like that. I'm gonna look it up at the end of the day. Like I'm not gonna let it really. and my career. How about you find one of the trusted subscribers and send them your clips, and they will edit it for you, and maybe you can delete the uploaded videos. Well, okay, it's an idea, but also I wouldn't be like giving, like some people wouldn't, a person wouldn't be exchanging with me like his precious time for free. You know what I mean? And it's logical for me. Praise from UK. Welcome, Forsaken. How can you be so chill if you're on a genocide? Sorry, the question's harsh. Welcome, Yasin. Have you been here from a long time? Welcome from Canada. Tamil Nadu. Did I say it wrong? Welcome, Joe, from Brazil. Welcome from New Zealand. Welcome from Iraq. Welcome, everybody. Portugal. Okay, Florida. Welcome. Okay, Mexico. Hello, London, Kentucky. I've seen like a lot of you are from the US. Colombia, Pakistan. Okay. What have you been working on lately? I'm actually lately I've been working on my mindset. And would you like me to tell you the story? Because it's been a struggle for me. Almost maybe like a week and a half. I've been like really overwhelmed with everything. I was so depressed. Um, and what I mean by depressed is that I am not satisfied at all with anything that I am having at the actual moment. But first of all, I'm gonna discuss this situation from my point of view and my perspective as a believer. So if you do not believe in God, you may have some like disagreement with my words, but as a person who agrees and believes there's a God, uh, this is my point of view. I know everything happens for a reason, and I know that God, when He locks up here like a window, He opens a door. And also, our life, we don't see it completely, but He is the ultimate, so He knows everything. He knows every possible perspective, you know? So, when God gives you a path, I'd be sure that this is the most accurate and the most green path I could ever walk through in this life. You know what I mean? Like, this is in my beliefs. I know this very well. But the problem is, I know we are in like a hardship, and a hardship in religion is a way for God to examine our faith, and there's no problem with that. I also believe in that. But my problem is I believe this hardship is from God, and I do believe that after this hardship would be great success, great happiness, and infinite satisfaction. But my problem listen closely, this is my problem. And Ozan, hello, stay safe. Thank you for your support. Glad you're enjoying the content. I'm back finally. I need to make my point because I need to punch this Wi-Fi. Okay, listen. So, my problem is during this hardship, how can I be happy? As I stated, I know this hardship is from God and I trust God 100%, no problem. I know after this hardship and during this hardship, there would come great ease, great satisfaction, and great happiness. But I also want to be happy during this period of being examined, of being in hardship. My problem in the past week and a half was that with believing all this, I was not happy. And I know there was like self motivation, etc. Saying, like, I've always been believing in this, that happiness comes from the inside to the outside. If I decided to be happy, then I'm happy. I'd make myself happy, do exercises, do things I love, put music on, whatever that is. You know what I mean? But I was struggling to make my moment. And all I was busy is not that I'm not happy. All I was busy is that how a person can be happy during a hardship. Like I want to reach that level of satisfaction. You know what I mean? So I've been also respecting myself and my emotions, giving myself a time to just relax, like unclick from anything that would be stressing, news, making content, for example. You know what I mean? I tried as much as I can to not put pressure on myself. So nice, Amen. Thank you for your support. Glad that you're enjoying the content. So, but I still couldn't find an answer. I was going to dad and him like, okay, I believe in all this, but I want to feel happy during the hardship. Help me. How can I solve this problem? How can I find the answer? And he said, um, it would come, like this moment would come to you, but give yourself a time to feel the way you're feeling. And he also reminded me that at least we are doing better at this moment from a lot of the months past. And then I came into realization that Nat, thank you Nat for your support. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the content. Okay, so yeah, I was into realization like at this moment of the day, for example, but maybe months before or a year before, I was thrown into a refugee camp for the first time ever with thousands of people, and I was sleeping on the floor without no blankets. And there were actually time where my aunt has evacuated also from the north. So my aunt, my cousins, and my family, we are all on the same tent because there's no room to make another tent for them. So I was barely fitting. I was barely finding a place to sleep. So I was truly sleeping on the table. So like, okay, I am doing not okay, not good, not really perfect, but I'm doing better than a lot of the times that I've passed. Whatever, like, however, these um, situations that I would describe, like how much they would be at the moment painful and really unsatisfying, but they've passed and I did survive. You know what I mean? Also, um, during like this unexpected and unbearable suffering, God blessed me with such a community, with such people. Okay, I was planning on making a community in normal life, without going into the suffering. But who knows? Maybe it wouldn't be this effective, for example. It wouldn't be this powerful, you know? I've also been knowing that, the tips they would say, besides that, happiness comes from the inside and give yourself a moment. Also, I've been always believing in that at the beginning of your day, give yourself some time to list three things you're grateful for. That would, like, on time, when time passes, would give you such energy. But I was like, oh, oh my gosh, like, how would that help? You know, I was making everything a struggle, even such a simple thing of writing three blessings I'm grateful for, you know? So, how did this period of time really ended? I actually discovered this is another implementation of the 2080 rule, the one that was causing me this 80% of negativity and bad energy was only coming from 20% of my problem. Well, what is the 20% of my problem? My studying and schoolwork. Could you imagine that? I was really stressed about mathematics and exercises. I was doing exercises and getting really bad degrees, really bad. So I was seriously like, oh my god, I must be so. I should have been graduated 2 years before, and now I'm stuck with this stupid math problem that I don't even know how to solve. I was supposed to be at a school with a teacher teaching me step by step how to solve this, and I'm stuck here in this nonsense for something I did not pay for. You know, this kind of situations. Lucky enough, and again, blessed enough from God. This time it's passed. I passed another exam, took another exam, and I understood the ideas, understood the equations, understood everything. So everything became simple. So I got better grades. So this 20% affected the 80% of my energy and just kicked it out. And that way, you're seeing me now relaxed and smiling, or as the scene says, chill in such a genocide. You know what I mean? So, Ali Al Mahi, a tour in Gaza. There is actually a 5-minute vlog of tour in Gaza that I've made on my channel. You can check. It's gonna take only 5 minutes of your time, and you would have the opportunity to see Gaza from a civilian perspective. You're making a difference no matter your circumstances. Yes, I believe not only me as a runner, but you also as a watcher makes a very significant um, effect and difference in this life without you even noticing. So never underestimate yourself. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Victoria. You are awesome. Vijaya. Please make basic Arabic language videos for beginners. Would you be? Hello. You know what I really love about you guys? You are amazing. Like, you're making this chance to me just to be alive waiting for me. Gosh, how great is that? Hello. Hey, Mary. I actually have work in the morning, but at the weekend, I will flip, tag, share YouTube and Instagram. I'm waiting for you. Oh, wow. Okay. What was the last sentence you heard me saying before the internet cutting off? Because I need to make my point before going out. We love you and it's before my day tomorrow, so I will bid you good night and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Me too. Good night, Anna. Or Anne. No problem. I actually watching you in a car now stuck in traffic in UK. It's 23. Oh, is it really like heavily trafficked now? Yes, okay, about learning Arabic. Did I tell you something really interesting about that topic or not? AK Aden, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Okay, on the day of losing my home on June the 1st, I was at my aunt's house, as you know, well, may not know, but I actually filmed a short reel for people who need to learn like some really fast and most important Arabic words from the Palestinian dialect. It was like a word that can be used for multiple meanings, and that short was really great, a great concept and so easy. I was like, oh, I'm gonna publish it and it's gonna be great for my audience. And then, boom, I got surprised with my family calling, ah, we're evacuating. Time just froze in me until now. That real, never saw life yet. So now I need to go. I'm not trusting internet, but I have this thing. If you have any idea for any content or any piece of content, whether it's for the short form, the shorts, reels, or the long form content, a documentary, a live, um, a vlog, whatever or questions you need to be answered on, if you have any of the things I've talked about, you can send me a direct message on Instagram right now with a click of a button and write that. Hope that in the future my content would be served for your asks. How about that? Zainab, please take my name. I took it. Okay. Love from India. Welcome, Noah. Thank you. And may Allah aid a bless and protect all of you and all those suffering. Amen. Amen. Cover, love you. Thank you. Oh, uh, Rhonda, what does your name mean? That's another long story. How about telling about it in the next life? That would be cool, right? Thank you everyone for joining. I'm glad for having you all here and hope you really enjoyed this live. Waiting for your feedbacks on my Instagram or in the comments below this live. And see you soon. Bye.